Okie dokie then. Sorry, trolls, but the sound is back on now, and it needs to be because I've got to explain what's going on here. But this little session here really pleased me because it's a perfect illustration of what pattern betting is all about. And not just pattern betting, but the whole concept of money management, which seems to elude these professional losers deliberately, I think. But progressive betting, the whole idea that, if you keep the pressure on against the odds, then you can beat the odds, you can beat negative expectation. But if you dick around the way that the likes of Dalt Webb, DGen Dalt, and Vegas Matt, and all of them, I mean, Crazy Cody, Burn Money, blah, 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 just endlessly. All of these performing seals, if you bet like them, you're going to get burned. You're going to lose your money. But if you manage your money sensibly, if you respond promptly to possibilities, not certainties. I mean, pattern betting is all about win triggers. That is, you're in deep shit, and then along comes a win trigger, and there's this one here doesn't count, simply because we were due to double up anyway, and we turned around and we made a decent profit right there. But let's look for what I'm talking about here. Here's a win trigger, okay, that went tits up because it wasn't followed by a win. But I have never suggested to anybody out there that when you increase your bet, you are somehow increasing your potential. You're not. The potential is always the same. It's negative. You are more likely to win any one of these bets. Sorry, you are more likely to lose. What am I talking about? You're more likely to lose any one of these bets than you are to win it. But it's a very, very thin margin. And as long as you've got the pressure on, as long as you're keeping the money out there, then when things go your way, you're going to get an advantage. I mean, look at this little sequence here. It was crap, but we got our win trigger here, didn't work there, worse there, dropped there, down to 1,000, and got the win trigger here, doubled up, and then of course got the big bucks through the winning double down. And what I don't get is why folks out there don't understand, cannot sort of get into their heads the notion that since you are going to lose more bets than you win over time, unless you happen to be a guy who calls himself Ace Me, who miraculously constantly wins more bets than he loses, and he's mostly betting like an idiot. He takes insurance, he stands on things he shouldn't, he splits when he shouldn't, he doubles when he shouldn't. I mean, all kinds of bloody nonsense going on, and miraculously he keeps seeing more winning bets than losing ones, which means basically that just like I suspect a lot of the others, including Jason Balky, Mr. The Felt Life, which always sounds to me like groping in the dark. But anyway, the Felt Life, he's a cherry picker, in my opinion. I can't prove it. I just suspect it because I tracked him for thousands upon thousands of rounds, and the average, the actual value of wins and losses kept rising, going from sort of like bottom left to top right, and that ain't kosher. I'm telling you, there's just no way. But anyway, this particular session, it was dead even in the end. 49 over here. This is the gross value, 49 wins to 49 losses, and naturals and other little benefits boosted that to 54 wins and 54 losses. So we were dead even, and that means that somebody like Degen Dolt, would lose or make nothing, just break even. Whereas, what we've done here is we've achieved a 19% win over action. So our total action was 37,500. The win value at the end of the day was 7,200. And that's worth having, I mean, it just absolutely is. And I'm just double checking here to make sure I haven't made a stupid mistake. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so we're legal there. The win is actually a bit higher than it shows in the at the very end of the presentation. But of course, when I say that, I'm forgetting that there was a gag along the way which produced extra profit. So I promise you, you can trust the figures here, because what would be the point of me lying to you? What would be the point of me cooking the books? I mean, it's a total waste of my life if I'm doing that, not to mention a waste of your time. The people who waste your time are these bloody clowns, these prats, these stupid punters. Vegas Matt is the worst by far, which is why I'm constantly bloody attacking him, because the guy's a liar, I mean, he actually has this slogan still: my gambling is as real as it gets. His gambling isn't real at all, And then he made a snide remark in the last video that I caught a little bit of, where he says, oh, yeah, I'm working for the house. Yes, you are, Matt. You are working for the house, and you bloody well know it. And the more you deny it, the more stupid you look, the more dishonest you look, the more of a con man you look. But anyway, I can't beat Vegas Matt. There are too many idiots out there who adore him, and good luck to him. They deserve to lose their money, because if they imitate that guy, they are going to lose their money, and that's what he's there for. He is in business to bring in suckers, to bring in lambs to slaughter. He claims not to be promoting gambling. What crap! That's his job. That's all he does, is promote gambling. And if he's seriously suggesting that we should believe that he makes all the money that he makes because he's not promoting gambling, then he becomes even more crooked, even more of a con man than we already know he is. It's obscene is what it is. Anyway, here we've got a 0-0 expectation, because there were exactly as many wins as losses. We managed to get an average win value of 456, an average loss value of 309. That's 148% superiority, average win value over average loss value. And that's where the money comes from, people. That's how you make money, against negative expectation and against zero expectation. So, I mean, take it or leave it. I always say the same thing: take it or leave it, believe it or not. But nobody is ever going to catch me out for being a crook, for lying, for rigging the data or any of that stuff. Because I mean, just think about it. How stupid would that be? The liars are the touts, the Vegas Matts, the Jason Balkys, the Ace Me's, the Crazy Codys. They are the con men, the crooks, the liars, the fiddlers, the charlatans, because they're pretending that they're having a wonderful time and that they're gambling like real people, and they're not. It is their job to lose. That's what it comes down to. Anyway, I ranted again, didn't I? Sorry. All right, and I should add that a lot of times in these in future sort of silent winning presentations, I won't be bothering a lot of the time to show you the pattern betting equivalent, simply because it's irrelevant. I mean, what I'm showing you is a demo in real time, speeded up, admittedly, but it is still sort of real play against the sim, and so that the pattern betting result becomes irrelevant. But then, of course, I get people saying, "Oh, he's hiding something," and I'm not. So let's have a look at that. This is exactly the same set of outcomes, obviously, and higher action. Considerably more going on in terms of the average win value, 903, average loss value 471, average win value over average loss value 192%. Still the same, obviously, because it applies to both the algorithm and to the real play in real time. 0%, so that means that the indicated result is nothing, breaking even, which would be tough for somebody like Degen Dalt, who doesn't even seem to know how to break even anymore. He's just, but I watched that guy with absolute fascination because, the way that he behaves is indicative of well, I don't know what exactly. It's hard to know. It really is hard to know because he doesn't seem to want to win, and it's his money, and he can do what he wants. At least I assume it's his money. It might actually be Borgata's money. I don't know, but anyway, that's what it. That's how it is for pattern betting. And if you look at a few more of these, you probably won't see me bothering with the algorithm result because it doesn't matter. Not if I'm showing you real play in real time.